I am really sick and tired of cosplay Christians wearing the gold crosses and Bible thumping, sitting at church with Joe and the Ho and F. Joe Biden bumper stickers, and saying, I'm going to leave a church because you won't call gay people sinners. I am so sick and tired of it. Who gave you the right to play God? Show me in the Bible where either being gay or abortion are the worst sins. You won't. The book of James says that if you break one commandment, you're guilty of breaking all of them. But you don't care about that. You decided to play God, not follow God. Do you go into a church and say, hey, pastor, I want you to call out everybody that's divorced. I want you to call out people that have tattoos. I want you to call out people that eat scaled fish or people that eat pork. I want you to call out people that are convicted felons. Where does it end? Who made you God? The Bible says to remove the log in your eye before you see the speck in your brother's. And that's exactly what you do the opposite of. You go around seeing the speck in everybody's eye. While at the same time, because the Bible is very clear about judgment, by the same measure you judged, lest you be judged. So let's flip the tables back to you, since you want to judge. Are you sitting in a church next to Donald Trump, who is an adjudicated rapist, who's on the Epstein files with the most notorious child sex trafficker in the history of mankind, who's a convicted felon, who cheats on his wife through infidelities, who told 30,000 lies, who committed tax fraud, who didn't rent to black people? No? Why? Why is it that you focus on somebody being gay in a damn church over that? Because you actually don't care about right or wrong. You don't care about morality. This same religious ideology originated with the Sanhedrin. This was a group that literally murdered Jesus on a cross in the name of God because he was blasphemous. The guy that cured people and helped people and literally gave his life for people and put the guard's ear back on. That's the guy that the original MAGA Pharisees murdered. Because what they want to do is play God, right? They'll put the 10 Commandments up, even though they voted for this president, even though they support Pete Hegseth, the alcoholic, who has had children out of wedlock, who's paid $50,000 to when he sexually assaulted women, who's been drunk on stage, or Wormbrains, who had so many affairs on his first wife that she took her own life, or Matt Gaetz that was nominated by the convicted felon, who had sex with a 17-year-old girl. But nothing from you about that, because you don't care about right or wrong. You only care about your version of religion. And that's the difference. The Bible never said to be religious. It said to have the faith of a child. That if you had the faith of a mustard seed, you could move mountains. But see, you don't have faith. You have religion. Religion is something that you do, not something that you live. I religiously take a walk. I religiously go to the gym. I religiously make videos. It's something you do. Faith is something that you live. You want to be pro-life? Then why don't you go stand up for the 40,000 people that are shot from guns every year? Why don't you go try and work for gun reform? Why don't you go fight for the 14 million kids who go to school hungry? How about people that are in the streets, 800,000 that are homeless? Why don't you go stand up for the victims of the sexual assault on Epstein Island? I thought you were pro-life. You didn't care about the dead officers on January 6th. You didn't care about the 26 women that Trump sexually assaulted. You don't care about anybody. But somehow, a person that is gay or transgender or that has abortions, somehow they're the worst. And this is why the 10 Commandments shouldn't be in public. Because God gives us free will. I don't care if you worship a grasshopper, if you're an agnostic, an atheist, it doesn't matter. And the irony is that people that I know that are atheists are a hell of a lot more Christ-like than you. And they don't judge people. And they don't vote for rapist presidents. Or alcoholic Department of War, or whatever the hell it is, that assaults people. They're good people. They're empathetic. And they're non-judgmental, unlike you. Love thy neighbor means love all your neighbors. Jesus didn't say, judge thy neighbor, or love thy straight white Christian neighbor. He said, love your neighbor as yourself. And maybe for you MAGA fake white Christian nationalists, you white supremacists, maybe one day when you actually cared about your neighbors, instead of asking yourself every 4 years, am I better off than I was 4 years ago, and stop being selfish pricks, maybe one day when you take the log out of your own eye, you'll stop seeing the speck in everybody else's eye and realize that maybe the problem wasn't everybody else. Maybe it was the person looking back at the mirror the whole time. Have a good day.